In this lecture, we will be talking about dictionaries in Python. See, dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pairs. Okay, a dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable, and does not allow duplicate values. And dictionaries are written with curly brackets and have keys and values. Remember this point. Dictionaries are written with curly brackets and have keys and values. For example, if you want to define a dictionary here, let's say this dict is equals to, now what you have to do, you have to make a key value pair thing. How can you do that? For example, let's say brand. So this is the key, and if you want to pass a value for this, let's pass this as a value. Now this is one more key which I have defined over here, and in order to separate these pairs you need to put a comma also. Model, let's say Mustang, fine, and in year 1964, year 1964. Okay, so once you're done with this, you need to, yeah, now it is fine. Let me put it in one line only. Okay, we need to put a comma after this, and then we can close this dictionary. Now when you will print this dictionary using this print keyword, so what are you going to get in the output? This is what you will get is an output. So these things which I've defined over here, this one, this one, this one, these are keys, and these are the values for these keys. Fine. Now when we say that dictionaries are unordered, it means that items does not have a defined order. You cannot refer to an item using an index. Dictionaries are changeable, meaning we can change, add, or remove items after the dictionary has been created. And remember one thing, dictionaries cannot have two items with the same name. It means that dictionaries doesn't allow duplicate values. Okay, for example, if you'll define a dictionary like this, where we have got, where if you'll define a duplicate value, suppose this, so this key is present twice, right? Now what will happen? Let's see, let's press enter and check out the output. When we'll print it, this is what you will get as an output. So this value is going to replace this, and finally this is what you will get in the output. Hope you have understood this thing. Now let's come on this part. How can we access items of a dictionary? So you can access the items of a dictionary by referring to its key name inside square brackets. For example, if suppose you want to uh, access the item of this dictionary which we have created over here, so what we can do, we can refer to its key. Okay, we can refer to its key like this for accessing the item. Now let's print the value of x and see what will happen. So this is what you will get as an output. So Mustang is the value which we have defined for this model key, and that's how you can access the value of this. Fine. There is also a method called get that will give you the same result. You remember we used to make use of set and get URL method in on code.org. In the same way, we can make use of get method, which can give us the same, which will give us the same result. How? Like this. This dict. So this is a dictionary on which we are working right now, and then in this round brackets you need to pass the name of the key, value of which you want to access, and now let's print x. So this is what you are going to get as an output. The keys method will return a list of all the keys in the dictionary. Let me show it to you how you can access all the keys. So if you want to access all the keys of a particular dictionary, what you can do, you can make use of keys method. Now let's print this value of x. This is what you will get. So this is giving us the values of all the keys. Now the list of the keys is a view of the dictionary, that meaning that any changes done to the dictionary will be reflected in the keys list. Remember this thing. Adding a new item to the original dictionary and checking that the keys list gets updated as well. So for that also you can make use of keys, this keys function. Fine. Okay, now let's see what else do we have. Okay, if you want to change the items, suppose, of a dictionary, if you want to change any items, how can you do that? So for changing the item, you can make use of update method. Update method will update the dictionary with the items from the given argument. How? This is how you can do it. For example, this is a dictionary on which we are working right now. So this dict dot update. Now if suppose you want to update the year, okay, of this dictionary, you want to update the value of this year of this dictionary, how can you do that? You can pass a value for this. You can update the value of this year like this, and we need to enclose this whole thing in between in between curly brackets. So this is the format you need to remember, the brackets and what all things do we require for using this update function, because it is a function, so of course you will be using these round brackets. Okay, but inside these round brackets, for updating a particular key, you need to pass a value like this, and you need to enclose the whole thing inside curly brackets. Now let's print this dictionary and check out the output. So this is what you will get to see. So the year has got updated from 2000 to 2020. Fine. So that's how you can update your dictionary using update button. Now adding an item to the dictionary is done by using a new index key and assigning a value to it. How can you add an item? So for adding an item, let's say this dict, and suppose we want to add this key to this dictionary. So we will put it inside these two rectangle boxes, and that's how we can define a key for this, a value for this key. Now when you will print this dictionary, this is what you will get to see. Okay, so a new key value pair has got added to this dictionary, and it is also accessible Now, the next thing that we are going to discuss is how can we remove the items from a dictionary. So as you all know, for removing the item we can make use of pop function. There is a function called pop. I think this one we had made use of when we were doing the list, you know. So this can be made use of on this uh, dictionaries also, for removing a particular key value pair. Suppose let's remove this model from the dictionary. So this dict dot pop. Fine. Now let's print this dictionary and see what will happen. So now the model is no more visible in this dictionary, so it has got eliminated. Now there is one more function which you can use, the name of which is pop item. The pop item method removes the last inserted item. Remember this thing, it removes the last inserted item. For example, and here you don't need to mention the name of the value, the name of the key you want to remove from the dictionary, because it is going to remove the last one only. Fine, now let's print this dictionary and see the output. So this is what you will get as an output. Now let's talk about looping through a dictionary. See, you can loop through a dictionary using a for loop. As we all know, when looping through a dictionary, the return value are the keys of the dictionary, but there are methods to return the values as well. Remember this thing. For example, let's create a dictionary here. Now let's press enter and check whether the dictionary has got created or not. Yes, the dictionary have got created successfully. Now for looping through this dictionary, we can make use of for loop for x in this dict. Okay, again I haven't placed that colon after this for loop, because of which I'm getting an error. Now let's print the value of x and see what will happen. So this is what I am going to get. So here I am getting the values of different keys I've defined inside the dictionary, right? Now if you want to print all the values in the dictionary one by one, then you can make use of this thing for x in this dict, and then you can pass print then this dict, and after that you need to mention this x inside these two rectangle boxes. So this is what you are going to get as an output. So here we were getting the keys and here we are getting the values. So this is a difference between this command and this command. If you are passing this x directly, so you are going to get the keys, and if you will pass this thing, the name of the dictionary, and in bracket if you will pass this x, what will happen, you will be able to see all the values which are present against these keys over here in this dictionary. Okay, now let's talk about keys method. You can you can use the keys method to return the keys of a dictionary. For example, if you will use a for loop in this way on this dictionary, so here we are making use of this keys method. Fine, and now when you will print the value of x, so this is what you will get as an output. Okay, so this thing and this are one and the same thing. Now let's talk about how can we copy a dictionary. See, you cannot copy a dictionary simply by typing the names of two dictionaries and making them equal. That is not going to happen. Okay, it will not going to give you the desired output. What you have to do, there are ways to make a copy. One way is to use the built-in dictionary method copy. There is a built-in dictionary method called copy which you can make use of for copying the dictionary. Let me just tell it to you with with an example. So we have got this dictionary with us right now, that is this dict. This is a one. Now if you want to copy it in some other variable, like suppose if you want to copy it in my dict, so what you have to do, instead of putting it like this, you need to make use of this copy method. Now everything which is there inside this dict, this dictionary, dictionary, all the items and along with their values are going to get copied here in this my dict. Let me just show you whether it is true or not. So for that we need to run this command. So we are getting the desired output. Another way is to make a copy. Another ways to make a copy is to use a built-in function dict. Fine. So there is one more built-in function you can make use of. For example, let's say Gaurav is equals to, this is one more function you can make use of for creating the copy of a particular dictionary. Now what is the difference between this and this? The syntax differs a lot, right? Here we were writing this copy function after putting this dot. Fine, and here we are passing this dictionary as a parameter for this dict method, right? So this is the difference between these two functions, copy and dict. So just take care about the syntax whenever you're using these methods. Now let's print this dictionary with name Gaurav and check out the outputs. This is what you will get as an output. These are the two methods you can make use of for copying the dictionaries. Now let's talk about nested dictionaries. A dictionary can contain dictionaries. This is called nested dictionary. Fine. Now how can you define a nested dictionary? Let's make use of this variable my family, and here the way we guys were defining a dictionary was like what some was like this. Let's say child 1, and here let's put this curly bracket again. Now this is how you can form a nested dictionary. So it is a dictionary inside another dictionary that we are defining right now, and this is a way you can do it. Here, then here, let's say, okay, it is an integer, so I would like to pass it like this, and then we can, let's close this bracket. Fine, put a comma. Now let's define one more. So this whole thing now, this whole thing is going to work as a value for this key. Okay, this whole thing that I have written over here, it is going to work as a value for this key. Similarly, what you can do, we can copy this whole thing from here and put it over here and make the required changes. Right, so this is a second key value pair which I am defining here for child 2. Let's Gaurav, year 2006. 4. Fine. Now what you have to do, once you are done with this, you need to close this. Okay, and then you can press enter. Now when you will print this my family, you are going to get this output. This is it for today's lecture. Hope you enjoyed this one a lot. Please do try and practice it on your own, on your respective device. God bless you. Take care. Thank you very much.